SiriusXM. The virus. This is the Opie and Anthony Show. The Opie and Anthony Show.
So busy today. In studio, Seth Green. Seth, I gotta apologize. I didn't realize you don't have a lot of time.
It's outrageous.
And it's Friday, and we
How
got way too much going on today.
Well, you know, whenever I fly into town, they try and maximize the amount of work that I do. So I've got things scheduled like every 20 minutes.
Yeah, a few minutes here, and then you're off somewhere else. What do you got, TV too? You got this?
I got a bunch of stuff today. Yeah, we're trying to promote this project. So
yeah, what do you got going on?
I'm doing this crazy web experiment over the next 6 weeks called Control TV. That's at controltv.com, and we got this guy, Tristan Kavaris, to volunteer. We actually went through a rigorous selection process to find this guy, and now we've selected him. He is under our surveillance 24 hours a day, and throughout the day he has to make decisions, whether it's like water or Gatorade, you know, and that vote gets put to the audience. So everyone that's signed up to get alerts, you get an alert on your phone that says, hey, Tristan needs your decision. Is it oatmeal or cereal, or is it a bran muffin?
So this guy has to live his life based on what people that are like
the whimsy of the collective. Yes.
Yeah.
Is that him right now, sleeping?
Yeah, that's him sleeping.
Let's wake him up. Let's wake him up.
We actually won't be able to wake him up, but later in the day there will be a choice as to how we should wake him up. And yesterday he was woken up by a mariachi band.
All right, good. Because that's what I was going to ask you, how edgy you get with this. Because if it's oatmeal or Captain Crunch, who gives a crap?
Well, there's very simple decisions, and then there's really dramatic decisions. So the simple things are like, you know, shoelaces or Velcro.
Right.
And then the complicated decision is, do you date this girl or tell her to go F herself?
Okay, good.
See what I'm saying?
Then you're doing it properly.
We're doing it.
Because some of these ideas sound good. No, I'm serious though. Some of these ideas sound good, and then you hear how they're doing. And you're like, come on, don't pussy out.
It's on the web.
Yeah.
So you can do a little more, right?
It's live all the time.
But you can get away with more though, pushing.
Well, we're pushing it to the degree that we want to help this guy in his life. Like we're not going to give him the option of walking on broken glass or anything like that. But we will. But
shooting himself.
Yeah. Should he shoot himself with an arrow or a handgun? No,
pick up the phone or punch yourself in the face. It's not. I would totally. I'd fucking. You'd be the worst at it, dude.
To tell you the truth, that's part of what makes this format so dangerous and why I keep having these Oppenheimer moments. Like, maybe I've invented the atom bomb here, because this format, we're policing it very specifically. We want to make sure that this guy actually benefits from this experience, and part of the experiment is to see how the audience reacts.
How do you surveil him for most of the time?
His entire apartment is outfitted with cameras. His car, which was given to us by one of our sponsors.
Okay. What if he's just walking the street?
We have 2 cameramen following him at all times. Yeah.
Okay, so this guy's constantly on.
Yeah, he's constantly on, and he's Twittering live, so he's getting interaction with the audience. The response has been incredible. We actually crashed the servers in the first day because there was so much traffic, people trying to watch it and people trying to participate.
So now, even if you're not watching, but you're signed up, like you'll get alerts on your phone. Alerts on your phone.
Yeah. So even if you're just doing your thing, you're out in the middle of the day, you'll get an A, B, or C. You vote on it. That vote gets tallied in just a few minutes, and then he has to do what the audience wants.
Okay.
Shit, can you imagine what we would have this guy doing? It's like it would be. It's in the proper hands.
Seth said, you're trying to help this guy out. What's this guy background? Like, where does he come from, and how can he do this?
He's actually a really nice guy. We went through a rigorous selection process. He is a former IT guy who's 25 years old, tall and handsome, and yet a little socially awkward and kind of shy, and really, really sweet, and just a basically decent fellow. So, you know, he's also not interested in being a celebrity, but he's willing to let himself be on camera.
And how long does this process go on? Like
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
It's just an experiment. We just want to see what happens.
How did he get off for 6 weeks?
Well, he quit that job.
Oh, he quit.
Yeah, he was unhappy with that job and kind of unhappy with his direction in life, and that's why you answer.
Did you guys pick how he quit his job?
No.
Because I have a few suggestions.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, the old Ralph Cramden. You are a bum.
Well, if we do a spin-off, maybe we'll start that.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of odd. That where do you think he's going to end up after 6 weeks? Is he going to get a job again and go back to a normal life, or do you think this will have some kind of impact on where his future takes him?
Well, we're giving him a lot of opportunities. We're introducing him to people. We're presenting him with different job training. We're trying to help him pick a direction and then put him in a position where he could achieve something. All of the decision making by the audience is just kind of fun, but we're actually trying to get people to help focus him.
Are there some real life crossroad moments that take place? Because obviously what kind of beverage he wants isn't going to make a big impact.
He personally has been through a lot, and I don't want to tip our hand or anything, but he's been through a lot with his family. He's been through a lot in relationships. We're going to touch on all that, help him explore all that. But we also set up an email for people to date him, submit their information in case they want to date him.
Yeah.
And something really interesting that happened, his ex-girlfriend who broke up with him a few years ago has submitted herself as one of the people to date him. Yeah. And I mean, I don't want to shout her out, but she's still in a relationship presently, so I don't know what her motives are, but it's interesting to explore.
He's scratching.
I just told him to do that. I told him to do that. I said, move, fag.
Now, does he, obviously, when he's asleep or if he's constant surveillance here, what about private moments?
Well, he can close the door in the bathroom if he's got to poop or something.
All right.
And he takes private showers.
Oh, okay.
That kind of thing.
And I guess he sleeps in PJs?
That's really up to him. How open does he want to be online?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
What happens if he wants to score with
what's that, DeRosa, with the mic off?
What happens
What, Joe?
Oh, come on.
All right.
Is it off?
Opie's an insufferable prick.
All right.
Jesus.
I'm sorry, Joe.
What happens if he wants to score with a girl?
I mean, we might all get to watch him make out.
By the way, score.
Yeah.
To make out?
Score.
If he wants to go,
that's part of his text messaging with the girls.
What if he wants to vodio-do-do? What the hell? 23 skidoo.
I like how you just stuck up for me and then immediately insulted me.
You fucking buried yourself with score.
Well, all right. Hey,
I think it's going to score.
What if he wants to get some pussy? All right. Is that better?
Get laid.
If he wants to, does he have to do it on camera?
I mean, it's up to him, really. I wouldn't say that we wouldn't watch it, but that's also not our aim.
Does he have a lot of company, or does he have people that come over?
Well, he's got friends that he knows, and then he's meeting people as well. And every one of his friends that he sits down with, you watch him go to lunch with a friend, and they're all just sort of remarking how weird it is to be followed by cameras. And you talk directly to the camera as if it's the audience, so he relates to everybody that's voting by speaking directly to them. It's an oddly intimate experience considering how many people are signed up. But you as an individual are watching your computer, whatever your feed is, you are having this singular experience with him, even though you're part of a collective.
You always come up with good ideas, Seth Green.
That's pretty unique.
Man.
You really do.
This may be the most dangerous idea of our time.
Nah, hey, what's your
We're
Twitter?
5 years away from televised executions.
I can't wait.
I Twitter under @SethGreen. I tried to keep it super simple.
Seth Green, okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm...
Why, who has Seth Green?
Me. It's me, yeah.
Green
But
with
when
an E
but
at the
There
end?
was
but
there was an imposter who was Seth Green 01.
Oh, really?
And I was like, well, all of you in the Twitterverse, it's an 01. That should be your first indicator.
That's not the guy.
I'm going to go ahead and just be my name.
There are imposters. I've seen some Opie imposters. You seen those guys?
Where are they?
Yeah, they like...
No.
And
That is weird. The
I
imposter
block 'em.
thing is really strange. I've been solicited by people who claim that they are Zac Efron and Charisma Carpenter, and I know that neither one of them are on Twitter, and yet they've amassed followings, and people are like, "I'm so excited to be following you, Zac Efron,
Jesus
Charisma Carpenter."
Christ. Yeah.
And then someone else who's obviously in collusion with them is like, "Oh, well, Seth Green said that they were." Then I'm like, "I didn't check my tweets. I never said that." Don't hang that on me, man.
What do you use Twitter for the most? Like, is it because some people it's just inane, nothing. Here's what I had for lunch today.
It's a very specific
Like
medium.
Big A.
The people that sign up for Twitter, the people that interact on Twitter, it's a completely specific form of communication, and it's mostly for promotions or just instant dissemination of information. If you say this is happening right now, and you want 1 million people to hear it, Twitter is the best way to do it.
Yeah, I don't like a lot of promotion on it.
Yeah.
And I noticed like Louis C.K., I love Louis, and when he's drunk on a plane and going off on Sarah Palin, there's nothing better.
Nothing better on Twitter.
But most of his are just like, hey, Louis on this on FX and stuff, and I'm just
There's
like,
a balance.
Louis,
There's a
come
balance.
on.
I try and put out things that are actually interesting to our audience. Like we're shooting a third Robot Chicken Star Wars special right now.
Thank God.
And so
Nice.
I've been putting up behind the scenes pictures or things from sets where this is what's going to be on the special. Check out this cool moment. Here's our lighting director setting up this shot. I try and give people
that's behind the scenes shit is
inside information,
great,
but at the
right.
same time, I'll also say, oh my gosh, you got to follow this person, or let's all meet at this movie, or watch this thing over.